Some cats pound straight into your heart. Others, like Toothless, take their sweet time, cautiously peeking out from a blanket fort, blinking slowly as if to say, "Don't rush me, human." When Katie first met this tiny, wide-eyed kitten during a TNR mission, she had no idea that this little puff of fur would completely change her idea of patience. At just 3 months old, Toothless was a feral kitten, terrified, and unused to any kind of human contact.
You're so cute. You don't think I'm cute, do you?
Katie's plan was simple: trap, neuter, return. But there was something in this kitten's expression that stopped Katie cold. Maybe it was fear. Maybe it was hope. But either way, Katie couldn't walk away. She decided to find someone to foster her, or if no one could, to foster her herself. Because somehow, this kitten didn't belong back on the street. The first few days were intense.
You mad at me? How dare I take you off the streets?
Every time Katie walked into the room, the little black kitten would puff up like a Halloween decoration, hissing, hiding, and glaring from the corner as if Katie had committed the ultimate crime of existing. Still, there was potential in those big eyes. Katie decided to name her Toothless, after the dragon from How to Train Your Dragon. Really, what better name for a tiny, hissing black creature learning to trust a human? And just like her animated namesake, this little dragon would one day learn that friendship could be even better than fear. It started with tiny victories, a blink that wasn't followed by a hiss, a small stretch outside her hiding spot, and then, one magical day, a purr. Katie couldn't believe it. After all those tense weeks, all that careful waiting, Toothless finally purred. From that day, things began to shift. Not quickly, but steadily. Still, progress with feral kittens is rarely a straight line. One day, Toothless was eating treats from Katie's hand, and the next, she was back to hiding under the furniture after a failed attempt at medication. But Katie knew that it's not about how fast the bond grows. It's about making sure it sticks. So she adjusted her approach, more gentle talking, more consistency, and more patience. She gave Toothless space when she needed it, and encouragement when she was ready. And little by little, the walls came down. Toothless began to enjoy company. She'd purr when Katie entered the room, roll slightly to show she was relaxed, and close her eyes in that silent cat way of saying, "I'm learning to trust you." She even developed a few favorite things, enjoying squeezy treats and scratches, but only on approved zones: her head, face, and the base of her tail. Anything beyond that? Too soon, human. Katie respected that. After all, Toothless had her boundaries. She still didn't like being picked up or lifted, but she didn't need to. What mattered most was that she no longer saw humans as danger. The day Katie caught her giving a blep, the tiniest little tongue poking out, she nearly cried laughing. That subtle blep was a milestone, a sign that Toothless was relaxed enough to let her guard down, even just a little. And the truth is, Toothless was beautiful. She had that elegant, sleek, mysterious look that made you want to stare. A true black cat goddess with a side of dragon energy. And beneath all that beauty was a story of quiet bravery. Toothless wasn't loud about her progress. She didn't meow for attention or climb into laps overnight. She made biscuits in her blanket, watched the world with big, curious eyes, and learned how to play without fear. And she loved other kitties. They were her teachers, showing her that humans could be trusted, that treats were delicious, and that the world wasn't such a scary place after all. It was amazing how good she was with Ktten, Katie's special needs foster fail. She's not always sure how to feel when new fosters arrive, but she's not mean to them, and she accepts the little ones quickly. If they're sometimes scared of her, that's because they have their own traumas. But they also quickly learn that there's no reason to be scared of Toothless. Toothless was the slowest of all Katie's kittens to socialize, and there were nights when she sat wondering if she'd done the right thing keeping her from the street. But every time she saw that shy little cat curled up on a soft blanket, completely at peace, she knew this was right. Some cats need a few days to trust. Others need months, and that's okay. Because for Toothless, every small victory, every purr, every blink was huge. 4 months later, Katie finally got the message she'd been waiting for. Someone was interested in adopting Toothless. Her heart soared. She told them everything about the long journey, the hisses that turned into purrs, the quiet strength that made this cat so special. They seemed touched and said they'd think about it. And then, silence. Katie never heard back. She wasn't angry, just heartbroken. Because she understood that shy cats don't appeal to everyone. But Katie also knew that someone would come, someone who'd look at Toothless and see what Katie saw, a soul worth waiting for. Until that day comes, Toothless stays with Katie, safe, cozy, and surrounded by feline friends. She still doesn't like being carried, but she purrs when Katie comes near, and she's no longer the terrified kitten from the street. She's the brave little dragon who learned to love at her own pace. So if you're watching this and thinking about adopting, maybe, just maybe, Toothless is the cat waiting for you. She might not rush into your lap, but one day she'll sit beside you, blink slowly, and you'll know she chose you.